We have a new role for Lieutenant Governor-elect Kim Guadagno. What do you see that she'll be doing? She might be chair of a new economic development agency. Have you been able to talk with her yet?
Not yet. I think they're still in the transition. And yeah, that's the way the legislation was written, that the lieutenant governor will be heading one of the cabinet level positions, and so if that is going to be the economic development agency, we do need that very much.
For creation of jobs and bringing businesses in and not losing jobs to Pennsylvania or other surrounding areas.
Right. I mean, the regional competition is there. There's a global competition that we have to deal with, and so we have to really look at everything, what we are doing right, what we are not doing right, and see how we can start fixing those things.
Just in Atlantic City alone, we saw the impact of the economy. They're doing not as well as they had been doing by far. One casino turned itself back over to its lenders, its creditors.
And you can see that in the restaurants, in the theaters. You see everywhere, even the grocery stores, you can see that. I think it's going to take us a couple of years to come out of this recession. I think we need to see how we can reduce that burden on the taxpayers.
Rival states or bordering states have moved their casinos kind of up to our borders, and that may be a problem too.
Definitely, yeah. At one time, you know, one-third of the population in the United States live within 200 miles of Atlantic City. It's no longer true, because
it's no longer true.
We have up in New York, Connecticut, and then you have Pennsylvania. I'm sure Delaware may be thinking about something. So
I know that the racetracks have been hoping that the state would move to put allow slot machines at the racetracks to give them a little bit more of an edge. Are they talking about it in the Meadowlands?
Yeah, this discussion came up last year during the caucus. There was some legislation that were put in by some of my colleagues, and I think you can go back and forth on that in terms of if you put the slots, and then if we can basically off-track betting type of thing, and so that's
might help that industry.
It might help that industry. So again, they naturally are already there. Like Atlantic City will oppose that, and so you don't want anybody new coming in to compete for those dollars.
Well, that's what we're going to deal with, a lot of competing interests, don't you think?
Right. So we need to balance it. It's not an easy thing. That's why looks easy on paper.
Yes, and it's easy to say, I know, but the balance is, the devil's in the details. We just have a few minutes left, but I did want to ask you about two bills. One called Inherently Beneficial, and the other is deals with societal benefits. And the Inherently Beneficial is, it allows wind, solar, and photovoltaics in communities to be treated just with a regular variance,
right.
Where they might come up against a lot of opposition. This allows it and gives them equal footing with churches or schools or whatever.
Right, hospitals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, I think it's an important move when you're trying to go with distributed generation, and you are encouraging windmills and solar farms, and so.
And I know you're very much for that, and that's been something that's very much a part of the green push
jobs,
in New
green
Jersey.
Economy, right?
So have we seen any towns taking part of that yet?
Not yet. No, the bill is not. It's gone through the Senate. It still has to go through the Assembly. Yeah.
And the societal benefits bill, that's your bill, actually, isn't it? Were you involved
right. This is
that?
the NJ Shares, is a nonprofit organization.
New Jersey Shares.
New Jersey Shares. And what they do is that people who are in between jobs because of the economic recession, they are unable to pay their energy bills. You are able to. There's a fund that is from the societal benefit charge. $25 million will be provided through NJ Shares, distributed to these middle-income families that who are having difficulty paying their energy bills.
To get them through the winter here.
Right,
Energy
winter.
and heating bills, I guess it is. It's on in the second reading in the Assembly, so you're hoping that will move quickly?
I think both. Yeah, it should go through the Senate and the Assembly. Yeah.
And other social issues, the Senate Judiciary Committee has passed gay marriage by a very slim margin. Now go to the Senate, and then the Assembly will see that bill again.
Right.
So is that going to be a tough one for the Assembly?
Well, I think first you have to see what the Senate does. I think if the Senate, they have the Senate committee, Judiciary Committee, passed it by 7-6, and first on the Thursday they're going to, full Senate is going to vote on that. Then